Hello everybody, these are Clara and Iroh's Welsh Terrier puppies. They turned 5 weeks old yesterday, Friday the 13th, and they are doing awesome. So we're going to begin the puppy picking process. So what I usually do with that is I try to describe most energetic, that's pink out there, to least energetic. This is how, like, at this age, the more alpha, outgoing, curious, alpha is the word, dogs portray themselves as puppies, as they're the more outgoing, energetic ones. And the more laid back, chill Airedales, which, yeah, that is such a thing to a degree. They portray themselves a lot of times as really, like, shy and scared, hiding, and people always are worried that's purple. People are always worried that puppy's never gonna play and never gonna have the terrier personality, and that is simply not true. I think it's impossible. It's just how they portray themselves at 5 weeks old, and you can go back and watch videos of past litters on our YouTube channel and see how by 8 weeks old, every puppy in the litter is always wild and bouncing off the walls. It's just how they portray themselves at this age. So I usually try to describe most energetic to least energetic. I should show the male because you guys are gonna probably not, he's not gonna get quite as much spotlight because we're, oh, come on camera, this camera. Because obviously we're kind of going to be focusing on the girls. He's got a real middle of the road personality. Like, he's right in the middle of most and least energetic. He's super sweet. He likes to go play, but he also comes running back to me and kind of lets the girls do whatever they want. So I usually try to describe most energetic to least energetic, and this girl right here, Red, is the most. She likes to just go, go, go. She's the first one out the door. If I open a door, she's running through it. Here's Orange. And next, I would say, is either Pink, who's over there, or Orange. Next in the list of most energetic to least. I'm going to say Pink is next. She's not quite as out the door as Red, but she loves to go, 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 loves to play. She's often out exploring. And next I'm going to say, I love watching them play. It's one of the funnest. Next I'm going to say Orange. She's maybe a little bit below Pink just because she seems to not be quite as independent. Like, she comes back to play with me maybe a little bit more than Pink and Red, where they're kind of more content being fine on their own. And there's Red. Sorry. Here's Black. So after that comes Yellow. And she's kind of like Black, very middle of the road. Maybe a little more actually on the laid back side and even middle of the road. She loves people. She likes to come up to, she's a lot of times right close to me. She's probably the most people person dog. And then comes Sweet Purple. Oh, I'm going to have to wake her up at some point. Oh, there you awake. Yeah, they're going to have to see you, but I'll let you nap for a minute. So when you're looking at personalities, what does that mean? Alpha, most energetic, outgoing. So first of all, if you have another dog, you're probably more aware of what that means. And all of you are dog people, so you know what that means. But if your dog is really alpha and territorial and kind of, I am in charge, I'm the boss, I'm the queen bee, then you're probably going to want to kind of avoid another alpha. Simply because now puppies naturally come into the situation. They're naturally submissive. So they do grow up with, even if there's two alphas, they grow up together. The puppy will give in. And then slowly they kind of find their place. Sometimes when they reach sexual maturity at like 9 to 12 months, sometimes you'll notice a little bit of fighting in between each other. Not like huge, but a little bit. Just trying to determine who's the alpha. So that's what I'm talking about when I say alpha. But so also if you are somebody that is maybe going to be gone out of the house a lot, like 8 hours a day, an alpha dog, though they will get into a lot of trouble as a puppy on their own, they a lot of times can be a little bit more independent and kind of be fine. But on the other swing of that, I've also had people say they like the more laid back ones because they're fine at home alone and don't need entertained quite as much as an alpha. So I see truth to both of that, and I actually can testify to both of that. And I don't know what my opinion would quite be on that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other things. If you have young children, a lot of times, like really young, an alpha puppy can kind of be a little bit scary to them. A lot of times the more laid back ones are kind of less in their face, though not entirely. When I was a kid, our first Airedale lady, she was very alpha, outgoing puppy and dog. And she caught I was probably 10, and she caught I might have been older than that, I don't know. She caught my lip with her mouth and ripped my lip open. So these Airedales can be ornery. I don't know why I shared that story in here, but there you go. Okay, the other thing I like to try to point out is size. Size in Welshes really doesn't vary much. Like when I'm talking Airedales, size variation can be 5 to 10 pounds, and that's a pretty big deal. For a Welsh, we're talking like maybe 2-pound variation. It's not much at all. And maybe more like height. But Red is definitely our smallest one. Small but mighty. That's a lot of times the way it goes. These little runties a lot of times have to really stand up for themselves. I also always try to point out if there's white on their chest. That doesn't always even last, but sometimes it does. Here's orange. So who's next in size? I'd say it's orange. And actually, from there on up, there's really not much variation. Black's about the same size as pink. As for white on the chest, none on orange. I don't remember any in this litter. None on pink. None on black. Let's see, where's yellow? None on yellow. And little purple, I'm so sorry, honey bunch. I'm gonna have to wake you up because they want to see you, sweet love. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Also, when you're looking to pick, I like to look at the shape of the face and the colors on the face. A lot of times, color is really hard to predict, especially in terriers that get a different set of fur so like at like 6 to 9 months they start getting that wiry fur, and that's about the only time you'll notice shedding is when they shed that puppy fur. It's not much, but you will notice that. That's pink and orange. Wow, I'm almost to 10 minutes. I gotta wrap this up. But so they get a totally different fur coat, so colors can really change. They can go from black and tan to grizzle and tan. So a lot of times if you see a lot of light hair on their face, usually it means they're going to be more of a grizzle and tan. This is yellow. But also you got to look at the color of the brown on their face. Like she's got a really pretty rich nose, but the side of her cheeks is lighter. And like orange here has kind of the same, but she's richer in brown than yellow is. Purple's pretty light. Actually, there's not too much variation in that in this litter. Pink's a little bit more on the dark side. And red's actually pretty rich, dark. That's kind of a shot in the dark, but sometimes people really want that, and so I try to point that out. So, I'm going to wrap this up for today. We're not to the puppy picking yet, but I just wanted to give you an idea of the personalities I'm seeing and get your family thinking about it. So I recommend sitting down with your family and putting in order, like if you're third to pick your top 3 in order, so that when puppy picking does come, you guys kind of already have a game plan. And I will get a video mid next week for you. Whoops. And then we will begin the puppy picking. I would say they'll definitely be ready. So sorry about the camera not focusing, and if you're still watching at 11 minutes, good job.